wa like na wa dwenche no so wudi egu ase ama me kama me hye nsem na se ede ama odi adu kopie mu ewe futu mrahye bedwa fie na eye minority leader awo eye parliament meche afenyoma kens endedwe wone dom kumani nia ehiem a wode nsem twofo hiem meche press conference bi ehye so ende nsem dodo na ana omudi gu kwan mu ewo my Ghana na mosan kasa edefa LGBTQ+ no amode sobo bo aban se be se mfie bebre ni anasa LGBT beto odwa omu ina hwe se wo metimi akon etia na aban ebetena so kamia se omu egwomani eguso a wo mo pese wo mbeye bibia ede afa no nti wo mo hwe se mpenifo ebetimi ahwe na sa bill no wo mo assign some way and eye afenyoma kens a wo ye dom kuma no ba no deni ewo mahebedwa fie wo de abetu edwa.
Told the whole world that there was a need to pass an anti-LGBT law. Basically, they said that to protect our own culture, our religious beliefs, there's a need to pass a law that will criminalize any acts of lesbianism, gayism, etc. They were loud on the streets of Accra. They went into our villages, engaged the media, engaged religious leaders, engaged traditional rulers. 1 year down the line, they've been in office. They have gone quiet on this anti-LGBT law. We hear His Excellency the President play on words, claiming that the government was doing wider consultation to see how the law could be formulated in a better way. Really? But was it not the same law that they said it was okay to be passed? And again, when the mighty minority members decided through private members' bill to now pin them to their own principles, suddenly, after all the processes have been followed and approval given, and the motion was on the other paper, the NDC, through its majority leader, found a way of using procedure to claim that there was no such approval by the speaker and tried to scapegoat the clerk to parliament. As we speak, they have refused, neglected, and deliberately denied the people of Ghana that anti-LGBT law that they themselves spoke about. To make matters worse, our own curriculum, they have found space to introduce this promotion of sexual rights in the curriculum of our children. When they were exposed, this is what they had to say, that it was a mistake and that an anomaly. What an anomaly. When government documents have been printed, circulated, and signed by no less a person than the sector minister, and through the vigilance of the minority, you get exposed, you now say it was an anomaly. We don't accept this. We hold a view that the NDC used the anti-LGBT law only for power. And now that they are facing the reality, they want to find a way of running away from it. We will insist that they act by their own principle.
Tiafanunti semwe ana onmonyam for Alexander Afenyoma Kings for the abetudwa yensu yedibi ababe so ne sem no one face wa wasan edin sem bi etudwa fa Ghana yesika sem ho a endedwe IMF de abeto montima watche se eba na Africa best performing currency no Ghana and ye de saba so body ne emom watche se ade a growth IMF for ensa wo minimum internal reforms no ana aboama asika semi etimi ejina ne nan so same way ana Alexander Afenyoma Kings wasan de etudwa.
We hereby submit that the so-called gains were not born out of government's competence in the management of our economy. Rather, the IMF program, debt relief, rising commodity exports, reduced expenditure are the major reasons for the upswing in Ghana's economy, not a re-engineering of the economy. Therefore, my respected friend and colleague, Dr. Forson, must know that these facts expose the government's hypocrisy in telling us that they have prudently managed the economy. The much-touted fiscal consolidation has been attained on the back of a sharply cut expenditures for critical sectors, resulting in lower borrowing needs, and currency appreciation solely due to the weakening of the US dollar, which has led to preference for massive global investment in gold. Also, the debt restructuring, which we started under MPP while in government, in addition to the commodity export boom in gold and cocoa output, led to the big trade surplus which was recently announced. So since May 2023, Ghana has had a $3 billion from Ghana's IMF program, which in turn has unlocked light debt relief and financing. For example, in mid-2025, Ghana's parliament approved a $2.8 billion restructuring deal with 25 official creditors, including China, France, the US, UK, and others. Under this agreement, all debt payments due through 2026 were rescheduled, effectively granting Ghana $2.8 billion in debt service relief it could play with in the budget. So once again, Ghana's economic fortune so far is tied to the IMF program and the windfall, not necessarily due to any re-engineering of the economy.
Ebusia for Alexander Afenyo Markins wono anodin semwe abetudwa yedibi ababesum wosan editudwa bi ma wochem se eye illegal mining na ekoso wa my Ghana meche galamsey no eye gold board in penny for wo so mo hwe na mo den hihye pagu kwan mo na sa galamsey ne so anu wo che se wo momom ana mo so ma sa galamsey no ekoso na be se mfie bebe aban ebetena so aban emmo ne homodin emfa hihye pabia engo kwan ma no ebetimi ahwe na galamsey a ekoso my Ghana hanu yetimi asano edi amayen Afenyo Markins wono ana odi dom kumane nima wonde sansem chofon shemi edi hihye eso.
We are not in any way opposed to that policy because the policy was started by us. We, the minority, are again not opposed to the institutionalization of a new vehicle to see to the implementation of that all-important policy. However, we have two major concerns. Concern number one, the establishment of the Gold Board as a regulator and also an operator is in a way directly encouraging galamsey activities. Our water bodies are being polluted. In fact, organized labor last year sounded an alarm and indicated that the galamsey activities have worsened. This government has failed to provide tangible evidence of its commitment in the fight against galamsey. It is clear that they are always involved in a PR gimmick, looking at the optics rather than the substance. They are interested in short-term gains. And today, we don't know whether the Gold Board makes a distinction between regularly mined gold or an illicit gold. All we know is that they are talking about their success story, the amount of gold or the tons of gold they have purchased. Yet, they fail to tell us whether or not there are measures to fight against illicit gold that are mined through galamsey activities. We are concerned because the future of this country is at stake. And the earlier this government took steps to protect the future of Ghana, the better.
Ebusiafo wasan edin sembiom egu crime efa Chief Justice ayeyin wo my Ghana wo chese okoma chebedwafia anase obo my Ghana ha eye Chief Justice for fra yeyin no eye Paul Bafuboni no wo chese eye wo mo dom kuma ide wo mo ehunu se wo no anoye pani a wo da judiciary na no esan se mra wo mo yinu no na ya de a wo mo form support entire twe afenyo markings ni nsama wo san editu dwa na bi anaye nso ye de somo ewo no nsia kase no eso.
We have seen that my Lord Bafuboni and his management are all over at the various ministries, including Jubilee. Is he on a thank you tour? Is my Lord Bafuboni on a thank you tour, thanking the government for appointing him as a Chief Justice? And we hear today he is coming to Parliament. We, the minority, don't see him as a tolerant head of the judiciary, because members of the minority came under attack when we criticized the processes leading to his nomination. We will therefore not be part of his thank you tour. If he wants to engage us, our offices are open. He should come and engage us, and we'll let him know things that we find wrong.
Alexander Afenyo Markins wono anodin semwe etu dwan ndien sem dodo na akoso my Ghana hasen mampeni John Dramani Mahama yankopon adum na esan to abawan hwe obesan akote tembiom eno anadom kuma edi abetu dwan mo chemu se wo mo de wo mo support se mampeni John Dramani Mahama wobesan ejina se mampeni wo my Ghana biom sa de ndie ensiende na esi ochina enya ade ebetimi esi de biarada na hwena mampeni John Dramani Mahama wamboni humu so andampo anso ho da yese wo besan ebegina se mampeni wo my Ghana ha dom kuma no wo mo nsema wo san di tu dwana ana yeso ye dibi esomo.
Pressure may not be done and done well without at least talking about this third term agenda. We are aware that Mr. President himself says he's not interested in third term agenda. But we take this opportunity to also mention to Mr. President. Now, Mr. President, we are aware that many of your party members want to put the agenda. Please tell them one more time. Maybe when you said so in Singapore, they didn't hear you. Mr. President, you haven't spoken about your non-interest in third term in Ghana. Please, tell your people that you are not interested at all. They shouldn't lead you into temptation. And by the way, it is not possible. Also, we have heard that certain people have filed certain processes at the court. We also have this to tell my Lord Bafuboni. We know that this job was handed to you on a silver platter. We know that you have your masters to please. But my Lord Bafuboni, in the end, when history is being written, it will be your name. And to our judges at the Supreme Court, Ghanaians are watching how you determine the matters that are coming before you. Will question your own integrity. When you came for vetting, you made certain commitment to the people of Ghana. Ghanaians heard you. So again, the mighty minority is watching you. We will not be silenced by threat of contempt. If by criticizing the judiciary, they will march us into Nsawam, we are ready to become prisoners of conscience. Thank you very much.
Dom kuma awo mo ma shebedwafie pani a wodom ano onwanyafo Alexander Afenyo Markins akopiemu ewe futuma shebedwafie a wono ana woye ma shebedwani wo kwa wodi nsɛmwe na ebetu dwanwumre yenso ye de bi aba besom ye de wo free sansem no de wa consent fufom dia eye kwabna agei eye Japan wono so eye presidential candidate Edema the New Patriotic Party wo ya aspirant o muhwe nim se wo January bosumine de toso eduasa ba ko e wa fimpinu ni eduonu nsiam no wo mode wo mo primacy be hihye so na nkunimdie mapa etimi akọ edi ama na wodi nsem bi abetudwa efa Kennedy Japan ho awochem se Kennedy wonhwe nasa entwon ketenkete a wotwa ewo my Ghana de che eye ni delegate no wonjan na no eyade bi a emboa ye kransem we anakwab na jei Japan a wono so ye aspirant edima the New Patriotic Party NPP amenioko no wodi abetu edwa
of Kennedy Japan we studio ha me no aka bibi da yeah na me ya na me pese to say young dream ni assign e ko e ade a waya na obi en kan hwenti da bia na okoso ye me so the time bia na kan bibi na nya I try to correct him because I'm a custodian of the history of our party yeah me ntra mo bi me good party no ntia asema o kan no say nya no kre enso wo kan ade a no complain about clause na say ye to abana eso accept it is there oh caseness one person sign because it be an issue and chairman no kase entina ya share during the presidential process one say kase me agent will be a print ballot yeah enti wo agent eso we also appointed 2 agents for every polling station omo entina saying be a say obati say o say onya 114 or 104 and 14 none the agent or whatever. Where is the document to prove what he said? Where is the document to prove what he said? And the Oyobia ope explosive talk no be encourage. Sa no be jina television so.
Ewusi afọnti kwabna AJ Japan wono anode nsemwe abetudwa enwumre ya yenso ye dibi ababesom na eto asem ne so de ama odi ayedu kopiem ewa ya wasu east eye prime minister no so wo mode be hihye so ewo hono na no anna eye baba Jamal de abetudwa eye Abdul Razak wode abetudwa wo chem se baba Jamal akopiem ewo Nigeria wono anoye commissioner ewo hono a ono so abaga na obechem se gobegina de ama NDC amenioko nenu ana Razak echemu se wono de saa de na woye no nipadodo na ennim baba Jamal ni suban kasa nipa so a woye no nipadodo na ennim esanse wode ni suban bebre na atete Ghana fo asisi ade wo begina de ama NDC amenioko na wa ya waso east eye prime minister omude be hyehyɛ so ne same way ana eye Abdul Razak wode abetu edwa.
Baba Jamal is a politician, although the name Baba Jamal, people may hear it outside. But in reality, when you deal with Baba Jamal, you get to know Baba Jamal is not the kind of Baba Jamal people think he is. And as I earlier said, if Baba Jamal is the person that we think he is, I don't see why people will go in and call for this woman to come and contest. Because we have this man, he's been doing this for us, he's doing that, he's doing this. If in reality that is what he's doing, people will not go.
Ebusi afanuti semwe ana Abdul Razak wode abetudwa yenso yedibi ababesum yegina ni nseme so ne etwa ye ho akoje aboafo nkrato abaye ba nsem no yebeto aso edi amo.
Yo, I'm for and then your mama kwaba at the bar, a KFM musical shopper. You to sum you know. Who free a kumasa come that dam hono. Sunny at the bar at Dumuno. Sabra no udu a Sambra Junction, Sambra Hotel, Quantana Sope. Now shop no any Sambra Hotel and the dinner anymore. Would the free Sambra Hotel a wo Sunny at the co Nankane and Hagan hono. Anne, a ho and a KFM musical shop. Ye to sum you know, yet be no fofro. Na de e kan se emfidie papa etimiche de odi ya sorry de odi gro agro ahodo tuma de bia wodi obehia eye mfidie mechira musical instrument bia no eye KFM ento wo se Ghana muntie Asante mai muntie eye KFM musical shop ana sabre ya bia no foforo mo no chan e wo Prempeh the 2nd Street. We free old man come down and now sunny ediko edumno and udu Sambra Hotel Quantana so na wa dane on sunny faso oho ana KFM musical shop yi ewo yani Sambra Hotel ana ehwe animo ya twa abrebia
na mesi se me ya proud ana se me ya twa me free Kumasi Edum KFM instrument store. Obi bisa sa se bo me fo dia what to know when you see that? What did my papa? Ejina when him now what to say yes. What to know? Bibia kan wakoma. Ni nyina free KFM instrument store Kumasi Edum. So mi tira na me to no ma mi timi ya ho mi ka fi se fi papa mu anim na mi kina no. Wo be tira ye ko ma ya do se kana twa nanka kana u ensemfu ayi.
Medo benami Ghana duko do ajakle ho duko kata. Mie chonya nyi ade na mi cho Talent Microfinance Limited Gajadopa. Mie wona susu savings, adishare, school buafo, cashback, ple bubwa okata. Nenyebe egajom de mi agbo la letie tomegbeko ateun aho gadodo. Kenenyebe egajom vivi la nenyebe o gahia ola ateun ava de ogai kene hia fa.
Tanenye mi foncho mi afa jomu yo kenye mi afa gadodo nyawa. Business loan elemiashi, church financing elemiashi, salary loan elemiashi, eye bubo li kenye personal loan. Nenye mi foncho business loan enye gadodo ikemie nana asichalao. Nenye be washigba keke, alum eleswe, we have talent. Mi pekpegede nwo nenye washigba lesua ne woge wokekegede ji to talent pomo nuome nenye be mi ponchu mi afa salary loan enye gado mo wike mi huna mi afa jirudu dola nke ga nyo he ya va talent wo payslip pe bank statement ye kwenye nwi hia o na kokko ho salary loan le rate mi to keke akeji church financier personal loan va nenye habobo masoli hama eji fufofo sankuo jitao olila ashibobwe kekeake mia flegeno na nohem v choji nto jinwade vare kwereka mpopo kai ganyu heya talent kuna po heya ole chagbagba na do tare talent bena wo gado monwa anobobo enami akpenami
etibe ya nyafi ke talent la
Talent Microfinance Jengo Amegan Shipe Ape Letina Tejipo Hotame
miape kapomo enya 050-129-1298 allo 050-128-9119 talent woga kwamanu banto
Talent Microfinance, your channel.
Ebusia for yesan mamu ina akwaba edam asise enwumre muguso etimu TV no ha mo hwe no sia kase e wo KFM TV ne so mekoso e kai wo se enwumre nsem no etwegu e wo ye abefo ntentam video ne so Facebook and YouTube KFM TV GH and to wait me ahwe na wa share na wa like na wa join channel so udi egu ase ama me kama me to ansem ne so e dia modia eye mahye bedwane a owo ladade eye kotopon Rita odele eye so wa wono so e dia betudwa wato inside afem penifo a wo mo e wo peshi eye lagoon area mpotem ho se wo mo hwe na sa eye redevelopment a wo mo ye no wo mo enye ni ye papa pesa se no beboa amadi nwuma bebre na e de abre embebunu e wo ho ntinkebe ya sa redevelopment a wo mo ye no wo mo enhye mu kina na wo mo nye no e kwan papa eso.
And I'm here with my sister, the Honorable Regional Minister. Over the years, we've tried to sanitize this area, and we start, we leave, and then everything comes back again. And I think the situation has gotten worse, and we need to be law-abiding and to ensure that we keep our environment clean. We can develop this place where people get jobs to do without mismanaging the place. And so for me, I'm for the fact that we need to sit down, have a design to ensure that people can apply their activities in a very cordial way. But what we see now is a nuisance, to be honest. And notice has been served. The assembly has served notice several times. I remember during my first term in parliament, we used to come here and they assured us that they were not going to come back. But I'm sure you saw the pictures before the demolition exercise. So my people need to stand with us to ensure that we create proper jobs for them. So that is what I have to say.
I spoke to some of them earlier and they mentioned that they were in wait of a letter that would give them a week advance or something to move the properties out. However, the time hasn't elapsed yet and they come to find this dawn that their properties are being destroyed. What do you have to say?
So I'm not aware of the letter given to them, but I believe the information I have, the assembly said they have served notice several. And so sometimes we serve notice, sometimes we write remove. I've been an MC before, and we relax a bit to see if the people will go out themselves. So as we relax, they think maybe the exercise will not be carried out. And so for me, I'm aware the assembly gave them notice, but as to whether the notice, the time elapsed or not, I'm not aware of that. But I know my RM and the assembly will not do anything until that will just destroy people's things. But I believe those who still have their things, they should remove them to ensure that we'll sit down and have an amicable solution with LECMA and then LADA.
I'm sure you saw the situation. They don't have their what's your plan to engage them on the other possibilities that they have?
So we'll engage them to see what they have to do. And like I'm saying, if RM will agree with me, we'll sit down, sanitize the place. Because you travel outside, the river bodies are well taken care of.
And a Greater Accra Regional Minister, Ma Melinda Oklo, no so ebon homodin kopie mo wa wodin sem dodo na etubia wo chem says a demolition exercise ekos no ono de yade anani eje hu ye papa pesan se beboa ama insoyi flood ni ade a esisi wo ho no ano etimi abras no chese sankofo a ye demolition mu no me ye kokobode ye de bia kwa mo ye papa womo ebu omaso egus na se sia sa demolition exercise ekosi ade bia beboa ye papa ma flood no ano etimi abras.
This is not the first exercise, neither the second. This exercise started last year and we couldn't continue. And they are very much aware that this exercise will take place early this year. And so here we are. In fact, if you should look beyond, the demolition, this is the Kweshi Lagoon. And like you can see, it's so, you can see heap of sand. That is what they do at night. And they are virtually, sealing all the lagoon. At the end of the day, when it rains, where does it go? It goes into people's house and then cause flooding. And then who is being accused? The government. And so this time around, trust me, we are not going to be soft on them. We are going to be hard because we have to make sure that we protect our lagoons. And like they said, water has its home, and that is the hope. If you virtually seal the place, where do you expect the water to flow in? And so please, all that we are advising, yes, people have their belongings in, but they've been cautioned long time ago, hoping that today, by now, they would have moved all their things from their unauthorized churches. And here we are like Director General said. So we are pleading to them. This is not only going to be the place that we are visiting. We'll be going back to Sakumono and other places. In fact, yesterday I even got some disturbing videos from one of the places I've forgotten. They said they shot one person who is critically ill and admitted at 37 because of this lagoon, because he approached them when they were filling the lagoon and they were armed. The only thing they have to do is to shoot the guy. Are you getting me? So for how long are we going to continue like this? We will not look at personal interests, but we are looking at the larger picture. And so people shouldn't think that, we are doing this exercise just because we don't like Ghanaians, or I don't know the word to use, but in as much as we love everybody and we want the right thing should be done at the right time, we are not going to tolerate this. sealing the lagoon, no, that one there is not accepted. And so, like DJ said, after the demolition exercise, NADMO will come back to take care of the debris, and then afterwards they green the place, and then the dredging starts. We are going to open up the lagoon again to each natural state. So that is what we are going to do.
Right. Thank you very much.
Honorable, please, speaking with some of the people who work here, they say that they have their permits from last year and 2 years ago, and that you didn't
same way and a
prior
greater
warning.
Accra Regional Minister Mama Linda Oklo one so Eddie Abetuja Numere Yedibi Ababe Somo Ewokase no so yede wo every sansem no more akwansem from their health minister Ononyam for Kwabna Minta Kando Eddie Abetuja watchim say labor exchange program no no ade bia ebeboa ye papa person say obo my Ghana ha unemployed health professionals be say 80,000 anom wo my Ghana ha yatetuo mu a ejuma no womu enye bi na omaye no chese womu ebehwe masesi ade womu de dodo na akwamanone a womu beboa ma unemployment a ados wo my Ghana ha no ano 8 abras.
And obvious, everybody knows why we are undertaking this. It is not a new thing we are doing. We started this soon as we came into.
We published that whoever is interested and as
Ghana Labor Exchange Program is one of the interventions by His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, President of the Republic of Ghana, to create more jobs for the good people of this country. And today is the turn of the health workers. As you all know, we inherited a backlog of more than 80,000 health professionals who have completed various degrees and yet are at home and do not have jobs. So as part of government's intervention to create jobs for especially the health professionals, we are exploring avenues where countries have requested our health professionals to work with them. Today is about Antigua. We are working on Jamaica, Barbados, and Trinidad. And so we'll be doing that in batches. And so today we are here to say goodbye to you, but we'll be following your progress with keen interest. And as you are going, you must be minded of the fact that you are carrying the flag of Ghana. And therefore, we wish that you go and work with diligence and professionalism. Those of you who are at home watching us, I'm very hopeful that it will get to your turn. Usually, the debate has been the fact that we do not have health workers in our various health facilities, but we are exporting, health workers. That is not it. The availability of health professionals in this country is not a problem. As I've already indicated, we have excess. We have inherited about 80,000 health professionals. But as you all know, we have a country to govern, and at every point in time, our budget can absorb a certain proportion of them. And so as government is looking at absorbing some internally in-country in our various health facilities,
Ebusia Fanuntin same way and a health minister Kwabna Minta Kando wode abetuja yen so yedibi ababe sumunema wodni seme bewie no ana eye minister in charge of special initiative eye Emmanuel Ejekum enso edituja wochim say eye selection e course so edema exchange program e adia eye prepare your nukredie ene eye asumdwe ne course so amohwe master selection we e course so e wo my Ghana.
5 years experience or 3 to 5 years experience should come and apply. They've gone through a rigorous interview. The first interview was conducted locally. The second interview was conducted by the people from Antigua. And we're doing this for the various countries as well.
Usually we have some workers leaving the country and we don't see them return. Or what is the assurance that these 130, you say people that are leaving, workers, will come back to the country?
They'll definitely come back. Ghanaians going to work, they'll definitely come back. And they have only 3-year contract. Once they finish, if they want to continue with the contract, they'll renew it. If they don't want, they have to come back home. So they are definitely coming back home. Our idea is to at least exchange skills and at least let them have some kind of experience to bring it back home. So we strongly believe that all these guys going to Antigua will come back to Ghana.
Ebusiafo anunti semwe anna eye minister in charge e de massa initiative we wono so wode abetudo anwumbe ye de bi ababe somo e wo kase no eso ne de wo every sansem ne mo ne de wo ato ansem ne so de eguso a e wo eye Kweshi Lagoon nsemi so ne no ana Greater Accra Regional Security Council and so de abetudwa watch mu se sade we ade a wo money security and National Disaster Management Organization wo money omo anaye nkaboma wo mo ehwe masade we akoso.
The president himself went round the Accra to inspect waterways, and the directions were clear. We have to ensure that people's lives are saved from few individuals who refuse to comply or conform to the laws of the country. So we started last year. Along the line, we paused because we had issues with our machines that we were using. We've managed to fix the machines. We are only continuing what we left, and then we'll finish the exercise inspecting. We are here this morning to ensure that our lagoon is saved. This lagoon has been there, led by our great grandparents to this generation. It's not for us to sit down and allow the lagoon to be extinct. There's a reason why God made this lagoon for us. That's the home of water. When it rains, water should have a place to settle so that it does not interfere with human activities. Today we are taking the homes of water. Where do you want it to go when it comes down from above? It goes into our homes. It swallows me and you. People die out of it. Properties are destroyed. We are saying that we will not watch the interests of the few people who want their own comfort at the detriment of the whole community, at the detriment of the larger population of the country. We will not allow that. It's not only here we are doing it. It's going to be nationwide. Every water body will be protected. The most critical resource in human life is water. We don't respect water. That's what we are telling ourselves. For the first time, let's do the right thing. We are not only demolishing, there will be further activities to ensure that this water body is protected for you and your children. We are old, we go and live. But what legacy are we leaving for you? That's why we are here today. Any other question?
Yes, I do have. Earlier we spoke with some of the people from that side. I mean, who said some of your guys have assaulted some of them when they tried drawing close.
When they try to
come close enough to pick some of their things or ask about the activity.
If they are given 1 month.
Ebusiafo anunti nsɛmwe ana mpanifo de abetudwa yenso ye de bi ababesum ye gina so ne etwa ye hosima ba ye ba ye de nsɛm no ekɔ edwadie. Ebusiafo ye de nsɛm no ekɔ edwadie mu dia eyendedwe abetodwa se obepie mu ewa Africa eye Ghana ya boye homodin ye papa ama ye currency no eno ene ye ade a ejina ne nice ye papa eye best performing currency ewo 2025 ma eye nsɛm we International Monetary Fund IMF impenifo womo anomode we abetodwa anwumre ye nso ye de bi esomo na omo chese ye data womo fa ya womo ehihye ye no echese Africa ina no womo Ghana si ho a 2025 mu Ghana ye na eboye homodin anya best performing currency ewo my Ghana high no eye ade a eye ade papa ye esanse aboa ama Ghana yesika sem no etimi ejina ne nice ye papa di amaya efiti 2025 ebepem eye 2026 no eye ade a Ghana yetimi aboye homodin ama yesika sem no etimi ejina ne nice ye papa ndedwe abasobodi a eye International Monetary Fund miche IMF mpenifo ede abetudwa no ana yenso ye dibi esomo ewo kase no eso ye gina nsem we so na ye de edwede nsem no aba na wie ye na mada ne me ho sima aba me ba me de nsem no ekọ enigedie emu. Ebusiafo enunti ede nsem no ekọ enigedie nsem de edu kopim ewo Nigeria mine mu Nigeria sini twani abayewe ye ba na sini twadwuma na wo bone homodin wo mu ye papa tonto dike ana meka ne ho asem endedwe tonto ede nsem bi abetudwa wo chese anwade a esi wona brabom de odwen ho kra wonti ase esan se wono akasa ne ho kani mi chani kuno awne na ware be se mfie bebre eno wone no ewo baba ko nsem bi ebeba beba ya ma wono tonto woni ni kuni wo montem etete ye bese mfie bebre ni na sesi ade nyankopon asan aye nadom ama woni ni hokeni wo masan aka aboma eno no ya ade a echese nini agiye papa wo my Ghana ha wono so wontimi ntina asem ne so wo so che mo bibia enso etibi esan se mra wareja ye ba ye no obibia ebo ne homodin etibi na sesi a Omasan ka omo abom no ewo se otimi bone homodin na obibia enso etibi ewo na sum na nti tonto dike chemu se woni ni kunu no wo masan aka abom bioma eno ye ade a eye enigede esem ye papa ye so ye de bi aba besom ye gina tonto nsemi so ye de enigede ensem no ene enwume no nsia kase no yedni nia aba na ewe yensem no na edoso na de mu akotine bi ni se eye afenyo markings a oye dom kuma no ba no deni e wo mahye bedwafie na dedwe wabeka side afa LGBTQ+ ne ho a yede mu nsem yede ebesomo sa enso so anna eye health minister ede abetudwo mo chem se wo mbebom homoden ama labor exchange program no nipa dodo na enya akwanya etukwan akwamonene akoye adwuma e wo my Ghana ha eno so yede mu nsem yede ebesom yede dwede nsem eka ho edema International Monetary Fund IMF mpenifo chem se eye 2025 no Ghana ye na nya best performing currency a eno eye dia eye ade papa ye papa ede ema ye sika sema no so yedo mo asuko yede ebro yede ni gede nsem eka ho ede ma tonto dike so echemu se si ade woni ne ho kani no wo masan aka aboma eno so aye ni gede nsem ye papa we ni nsem ne afufo pe anwume ye bo ano ayede beso mo se no nsia kase wo KFM TV ne so yede aseda sonko ebeko ede amaya boafo KFM Musical Center womo anabribia womo ebo ye chidoma ye den semi ye de ebesomo dada ba take up enso eton phones eni e ho akade se ope phone papa de for ni twemu ewo wo masye wodi weni twemu ewo kanesia ubehu omochi akwan ewo eye Takwa station wo mu ne omo ebo nhwe ni ye papa obetimi akwaju phone sa ye papa ebo no so eda from Boko Talent Microfinance womo so yesika krabia womo aba womo boa ni padodo na ma obibia sika sem ekoye no ntisa o ya ankrankre mmeko sorry na mo pe baby edi musika esie no mema eno enye odadwen esan se talent aba womo ebebo ama osika sem no etimi ejena ni nai so ebusuafo adwumeko we adaroma na enwumei womo so masne ma mede nsem no mede besom yebede obibia ase wa otina afia ohweye no yedamu ina ase production team no yedamu so asese mo hwe manwume no sia kase etimi ekọ so mede nchia stronko ekwa ma mi ankasa me sister Lizzy anem se wo hwe me chia ye papa na ya me bafie na ye din komo ewo sa ye do bibia asese enwumei moje bre etina mo TV ne ho ehwe no sia kase wo KFM TV ne so kenkan for me mami esin koma yakramina